Realer than any script, Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah's wedding that broke the internet. It was a moment no one could have predicted. Not fans, not the media, not even those closest to the couple. Seoul had already been abuzz with speculation. Were Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah finally tying the knot? But no headline, no rumor, no paparazzi photo could have prepared the world for what truly unfolded behind the sealed doors of that candlelit ceremony. What began as an ultra-private wedding turned into an emotional earthquake, the kind that leaves people changed. This wasn't just another celebrity union. This was the raw, unfiltered unraveling of love, survival, and vulnerability, played out not on screen, but in real life. And in a culture often accused of favoring perfection and image, this ceremony shattered the mold, making space for a deeper, messier, and far more powerful kind of love. A secret wedding that shook the nation. The couple's decision to hold a secret ceremony took even die-hard fans by surprise. Just 3 days before the wedding, a handful of close friends and colleagues received discreet invitations. No press announcements. No hints on social media. No celebrity guest list leaks. Held at a luxurious, tightly guarded venue in the heart of Seoul, the event was so under wraps that some speculated it was a hoax. But inside the softly lit hall, adorned with cream florals, warm candlelight, and minimalist decor, something extraordinary was about to unfold. When Kim Woo Bin stepped toward the front of the altar, holding a slightly crumpled sheet of paper, those gathered expected a simple vow, a few loving words, and a kiss. What they got instead was an eruption of emotion that would reverberate far beyond that room. "I once thought I wouldn't make it past 30. His voice shook. His hands trembled. And just seconds into his vows, Kim Woo Bin broke down. "I once thought I wouldn't make it past 30, he began, tears already streaking his face. "And then she walked into my life, and I started to believe again." It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't rehearsed. It was devastatingly real. Guests held their breath. Some wept openly. A stylist in the back corner sobbed into her sleeve. A longtime manager of Woo Bin's was heard whispering, "He's never said anything like that before. Not even to us." There were no fireworks. No perfect lighting cues. Just raw love, and years of pain finally surfacing in the open. Shin Min Ah's heartbreaking vow. As he faltered, Shin Min Ah stepped forward, radiant in a simple yet ethereal gown. She didn't wipe his tears. She didn't rush his words. She simply held his hand, steady, calm, present. When it was her turn to speak, she surprised everyone with just 2 words, "I'm sorry." "I'm sorry for all the nights you thought you were a burden," she said, her voice unwavering. "You were never a burden. You were my miracle." A gasp rippled through the crowd. It was the kind of moment that silenced every camera, every whisper. These weren't celebrity vows. They were confessions of 2 souls who had walked through hell and found light in each other. A love forged through fire. In 2017, Kim Woo Bin was diagnosed with nasopharyngeal cancer. He disappeared from the public eye, undergoing months of treatment and facing the terrifying possibility that his career, and his life, might never return to normal. Throughout it all, Shin Min Ah never left his side. She paused her own career, rejected media attention, and quietly became his anchor. No interviews. No fanfare. Just presence. Loyalty. Love. And that's what made this wedding different. Behind the Instagram-worthy images of the altar and soft-filtered flower arrangements was a survival story. A love story written not in photo shoots and brand deals, but in hospital rooms and sleepless nights. Why so private? The truth behind the secrecy. The decision to keep the ceremony private baffled many, until now. According to insiders, the couple had been offered millions in sponsorship deals and exclusive coverage rights. They turned all of them down. They didn't want a spectacle, one guest revealed. They wanted something real. Among the roughly 80 guests were close family, old friends, and just a few industry colleagues. Notably absent were major celebrities and media figures. There was no red carpet, no fashion breakdown, and no press conference. And yet, the world would soon find out, not because of press coverage, but because of what came next. A viral moment born from authenticity. Just hours after the ceremony ended, an anonymous attendee shared a brief clip. A 10-second video of Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah sitting at the reception, watching a slideshow of their journey. At the end of the clip, Woo Bin turned to Min Ah and mouthed the words, "You were my light." That moment exploded online. Hashtags like hashtag Woo Bin crying, hashtag Shin Min Ah wedding, hashtag Seoul Miracle wedding, and hashtag You Were My Light flooded global trending pages. On Reddit, a thread titled, "Why Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah's Wedding Broke Me" earned over 30,000 upvotes in a matter of hours. Fan edits of their journey, from red carpets to hospital visits, were uploaded in droves. Even on Weibo, a trending topic read, "This is what real love looks like." The internet responds, love, grief, and reflection. What made this story viral wasn't glamour, it was truth. People weren't just reacting to a wedding. They were reacting to what it represented: enduring love, silent struggle, human fragility, and strength. "I used to think they were just a cute couple," one fan wrote. "Now I think they're sacred." Some fans confessed to crying while watching the vows, not because they knew the couple personally, but because they saw themselves. Their own heartbreaks, their own fears, their own longings to be loved through brokenness. It became more than a celebrity event. It became a mirror. Critics and doubters, the other side of fame. But even amidst the tidal wave of love, critics surfaced. One tabloid columnist, in a now-deleted post, suggested, "It's hard to tell where the acting ends and reality begins." The backlash was swift. Fans responded with interview clips, quotes from doctors, and raw photos from Woo Bin's cancer battle. "You don't fake chemo," one comment read. "You don't fake not knowing if you'll wake up the next day." It was a harsh reminder that no matter how genuine, celebrity vulnerability is often treated with suspicion. But this time, the support drowned out the cynicism. A whisper that echoed worldwide. Perhaps the most beautiful moment of all didn't happen during the vows, but in a message posted quietly by Woo Bin's best friend, a former actor who had retired from the industry due to his own illness. The message read, "Sometimes love doesn't just heal you. It resurrects you." No names. No photos. But fans knew exactly who, and what, it was about. In a single sentence, the world understood why this wedding mattered. Why it transcended news cycles and fashion breakdowns. Because it wasn't just about two celebrities getting married. It was about how love, real love, doesn't fix you. It finds you in your brokenness and sits with you in the dark. Until you're ready to stand again. Beyond the altar, what comes next? Since the wedding, neither Kim Woo Bin nor Shin Min Ah has given an interview. No magazine exclusives. No official photo releases. Their silence speaks volumes. For now, they're simply living. Existing in the aftermath of a moment that was meant to be private, but resonated with millions. And maybe that's the true magic of their union. That in a world filled with curated love stories and filtered romance, they offered something rare: honesty. They didn't just say, "I do." They said, "I survived. I hurt. I healed. I still choose you." Conclusion: when love is more than a fairy tale. Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah's wedding wasn't perfect. It wasn't polished. But it was something far more meaningful. It was vulnerable. Unfiltered. Brave. It reminded us all that love isn't about grand gestures or public declarations. Sometimes, it's about the quiet hand you reach for when you're breaking. The voice that steadies you when yours fails. The partner who doesn't save you, but walks beside you while you save yourself. In that soft-lit room in Seoul, two people who had every reason to give up stood up, shook, cried, and chose love anyway. And the world will never forget it.